Assalamualaikum students, welcome to the dental hacks. Today the topic of my lecture is the dental nomenclature. Let's start with the basic things. The first is there are two things in the dental art. First is the anterior teeth, the second is the posterior teeth. First is anterior teeth and second is the posterior teeth. Basically anterior teeth are those teeth that is either arch which are towards in the front of the mouth, which is present in front of mouth, in both the deciduous and permanent dentition. The anterior teeth include the incisors, canine, and total of 3 per quadrant and 12 in all. Incisors or canine, these are included in a anterior teeth. They are total 3 per quadrant, 3 per quadrant, and 12 in all. In all 4 arches. Now the posterior teeth. The teeth in either the arch which are towards the back of the mouth, which are present back of the mouth, In a deciduous dentition, these include the 2 molars in each quadrant. In deciduous, 2 molars in each quadrant, or total 88 teeth. Total how many? 8 teeth. This is for the deciduous. Now for the permanent teeth, permanent dentition, this include the molar, premolars, and total 12 in number. Molars and premolars and total, these are 12 in numbers. Now again, there are 2 main things in a mouth. The first is the anterior teeth and second is the posterior teeth. The anterior teeth are basically those teeth that are present in the front of the mouth, for example incisor or canines, in both deciduous and permanent dentition. There are 3 per quadrant and 12 in all for the permanent dentition. And posterior teeth are those teeth which are present in the back of the mouth, and they are for the deciduous dentition. They are molar and premolar in each quadrant, and total 8 molar or premolar, and there are total 8 because in a deciduous dentition there are total 20. So 2 molars and total 8 teeth. For the permanent dentition, the molars and premolars, which are total 12 in number. Now let's start with tooth surfaces. Tooth surfaces they are basically anterior and posterior teeth. For the anterior teeth, they are, for example, for the incisor canine, they are mesial surface, distal surface, labial, and the lingual surface, and incisor edges. And for the posterior teeth, they are mesial surface, distal surface, lingual, buccal or occlusal surface, roots, and proximal surface. Now first in the anterior teeth, anteriors, all the anterior teeth exhibit the 4 surfaces. Total 4 surfaces are present in anterior teeth, and one edge, which is basically the incisor edge on their crown. They are named as mesial, distal, labial, and lingual surface. Mesial surface are those surfaces which are present towards the midline. Next is the distal surface, which is away from the midline. The next is the labial surface, which is outside surface of the, which is towards the lip. Outside surface, which is towards the lip. The next is the lingual surface, the inside surface, which is toward the tongue. Inside surface, which is towards the tongue. In the maxillary arch, the lingual surface is sometimes known as the palatal arch. In the maxillary, the lingual surface, sometimes called palatal surface, because the palate is present. Next, incisor edge. Incisor edge is the biting edge, which is used for the mastication and grinding. Next is the posterior. These are for the anterior surface. For the posterior surface, there are total 5 surfaces. Posterior. All the posterior teeth exhibit the 5 surfaces on their crown. 5 surfaces. These are the 4 surfaces, which are important for the viva and MCQs. This is same. The mesial, distal, lingual surface, buccal, occlusal surfaces. Mesial, distal, for the mesial, distal, and lingual surfaces. These surfaces may define like the corresponding surface of anterior teeth. They are same as that of the anterior teeth. For example, mesial surface which are present towards the midline, and distal surface which are present away from the midline, and lingual surfaces which are present towards the tongue. And for the maxilla, it is known as the palatal surfaces towards the tongue. The next is the buccal surface. The outside surfaces. Buccal surface is basically outside surface, which is towards the cheek, and correspond to the labial surface of the anterior teeth. For the posterior teeth, for the anterior teeth, it is called the facial surfaces, and for the posterior teeth, it is known as the buccal surface. The term facial surface may be used either the labial surface of anterior teeth or the buccal surface of the posterior teeth. For example, for the anterior teeth, it is called facial surface. For the posterior teeth, it is known as buccal surface. Now the occlusal surface, which is same as the incisor edge in anterior teeth. Occlusal surface is a chewing surface, and for the incisor edge is for the biting. Chewing surface. Now the roots. The third point is this is first, second, and third. Third is the roots. The root surface are named exactly like the surface of the crown, except there is no incisor edge or the occlusal surface. The termination or tip of the root is known as the apex. The tip of the root known as the apex. Now the proximal surfaces. The term refer to any surface between the two teeth, or proximal surface by the definition are normally on the mesial distal surface, which are present between two teeth. By definition, it is normally the mesial distal surface. It is mesial or distal surface. These are known as the proximal surfaces. Now, for example, for the demonstration practically, this is the topic of the today. If you have any question, you will ask me in a comment section.